I am Henry.
And I am Dom, and we are in the band Larkins.
For the last month or so, you've performed all around the UK and also performed in Amsterdam. This is like the last leg of your tour tonight in Sheffield. Are you sad to see the tour coming to an end?
It kind of am. Like, it's when we started this, it's like the longest tour we've like ever done, and getting ready for it, we were like, it's going to be such a, like, you know, it was a big feat like coming up, but we've kind of, it feels like it's passed quick. I don't know about you.
Yeah, definitely.
It feels like since when we started, like it's passed so quick, and it's kind of sad to see it coming to an end, like the end approaching.
Yeah.
But we've still got some sick shows that we're really excited to. So and we're still like as excited to play them as we were the first one. So.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine travelling around all the time. Every day seems to merge into another.
Yeah, definitely. But there is a bit of that. But we always try and make sure by the time the show comes around, like. We've give it our all, like no matter what the day's been like. So we actually had a date like that in Huddersfield, didn't we? Right, it'd been a really tough week, and then really tough day. It was all knackered, but then the show came and it ended up being like the best we played like on the tour.
That's great.
So yeah, every show's the same. So
have you got anything planned for once the tour finishes? Are you just going to take a break from performing for a bit?
We've got so much in line, like there's no break already. Like the 2020 calendar is just absolutely rammed. We've got loads of recording.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of new music coming out and more dates, a bigger tour. It's going to be insane.
Well, start the year as you mean to go on, I guess.
Exactly,
yeah.
100%.
So the length of your tour shows how successful your album TV Dream has been. Did you expect that success once the album was being released?
So the song TV Dream, that was released probably like, what was that, February?
It feels like a long time.
Yeah. So we played like Albert Hall in Manchester off the back of that, which was absolutely monumental for us. It's like 2,000 cap, which was crazy really. And then it's snowballed from there completely, and it like off that track. And then we released Not Enough Love a couple of months ago now, and it's just gone even bigger from there. So it's just constantly on the up. It's so exciting.
Yeah. So not only have you performed internationally on your tour because you performed in Amsterdam, but some of your songs have been played on American TV. And I didn't know if you're more excited by the prospect of growing a fan base internationally, or you're just as excited as seeing your UK fan base grow.
I think like we enjoy like both as much as possible. We went over to America a little bit last year, and like I think we're planning on hopefully being able to do that next year as well, like in 2020. But yeah, so that's kind of like the next like chapter for us, going over there and starting that fan base. But yeah, like the fans we have here and like the people that are coming to the shows, like it's been so sick to see. And compared to like tours in the past, just what this tour has shown us, and how much people are getting into our tracks, getting into the shows and stuff, it's been like unreal.
Yeah. So you've received a lot of support from the BBC too. You performed Leeds and Reading this year on their BBC Introducing stage, and loads of your songs have been played on BBC Radio 1, including your new track, Not Enough Love Here. What's it like to gain such support from BBC?
It's really cool, especially like when you mentioned the festival slots, like getting on at Reading and Leeds. That's one of those things that like when you start a band, I always say this, it's like one of the things you say is like, we're going to play Reading and Leeds.
Yeah.
And, like to finally get that opportunity was like, it meant so much to us. And like the other one as well, I don't know about you, but it's getting tracks on Radio 1 and stuff, and like, and just that we've been able to do it through their support of us, like it's just incredible. And they do it for a lot of bands as well, like they're really into like with the whole introducing side of things, like developing the almost like smaller music scenes, like smaller bands and stuff, and it's great that they've managed to let us grow through their support.
I feel like it's quite a groundbreaking part in a career of a band. Once they hit Reading and Leeds, it seems like the stage that they perform on each year just gets higher and higher.
Definitely. It's a great festival for, because we were a little bit unsure because obviously we clashed with Blossoms and there's a few other people on at the same time, but it really is a scene like where I don't remember being at a stage like at any point all day where it was dead.
Really?
Like, there's just a lot of people going around, a lot of people up for seeing new bands and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just a great atmosphere the whole weekend. It was really cool.
That's fantastic. So the lyrics to your songs, I think, are like really well crafted, and I like that a lot of your songs tell a story. Is that important to you when you write songs, to make sure that they're a bit different to the usual music that's in the charts per se?
Yeah.
100%. Like I think it's so important to us. We get asked this quite a lot, and obviously Josh, the lead singer, is the main lyrics man, but we get asked a lot about lyrics because obviously there's a big juxtaposition between the music sometimes, but when you actually look into the song, it has a much deeper meaning, especially with TV Dream.
I really noticed that.
Yeah, so like the song I think was, from Josh's point of view, it was inspired like a lot by his grandparents and how they met, and like how romance was formed in like the 50s and the 60s, and how it was so much simpler. And then it sort of became this thing and this like comment on like rape culture and how, you know, like people blame it on, it's because of what she was wearing, and how like completely mad that is to even contemplate that that's a reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that it was sort of a comment on that, and how society is like so fucked up at the minute.
So do you like to use your music to comment on society then?
I think it's important to sort of use your platform, whatever it may be, to sort of make a comment about what you're thinking at the time. And I think that's all good music is sort of coming from an emotional place in the artist, and I think that's why it's popular, because there's no bullshit, the artist saying exactly what they want to say.
I think it makes it interesting for fans too, because as you progress, fans will be able to look back to your earlier albums and see where you were at that point in time, because
100%.
you are so genuine.
That's so important to us, that, and I think like we brought out a live album in like, I don't know, June or something, and a lot of those songs like won't make it onto a studio album, and you know, a lot of the songs will change like a hell of a lot. And I think it's important to freeze those moments in time completely, and you know, so everybody can look back and see where we were at the time and see the progression, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think it's really nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So, as I said, I think the whole songwriting in terms of telling a story and being genuine is kind of fading away in modern music. So I think it's really impressive that you guys are able to do it so well.
Thank you.
How long have you guys been writing songs together? And like, do you have a set process for writing songs?
It's not always a set thing. Like sometimes Josh will have like the name of a song lyrically, so it might come from that, and he'll work on the lyrics, and then he might have a chord progression and like bring it to us, and like I'll add the riffs and stuff. Or it can be completely separate, like it can come from just a jam, or it can come from something like a synthy little weird glitchy thing on Logic that's just cool, and you completely write around that. So it's completely it's all up in the air, to be honest. There's no blueprint.
It's just quite organic.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. It stops it from getting boring, doesn't it? Thank you.
It keeps them more creative, I guess.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
So I think a lot of students can relate to the lyrics in your new single, Not Enough Love. As many of us like head to uni, and not just because we want a degree, but we want to get away from our hometowns. You guys have been travelling all over the place. Do you still have that desire to kind of escape and perform wherever you can, or are you beginning to miss home comforts a little bit?
I think that like when you mentioned like Not Enough Love is like very much about that, about the breaking out, and for us that was more of we from us three, like we're from a small town, Glossop, just out of Manchester, and it was about us just breaking out of that little bubble, which I think a lot of people experience, like you say, when they're from these smaller towns and they go to uni in a big city. And I think some people as well, that's not to say everyone loves that, but I know we definitely did. Like we all went to college in Manchester, and for us that's what the breaking out was. And I don't feel like we still have that breaking out, I don't know, only talking for myself, that breaking out feeling. I think like we're very happy with where we are at the moment, based in Manchester and stuff. We've got our studio there, and we enjoy the travelling round, but I think we're all really happy with where we are at the moment.
That's really nice. You've not seen any cities as you've been touring that you thought, I could
we
move
love
here.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Every time we've been to Edinburgh, we really enjoy it there. Any other like places you love? Like really love? Edinburgh's the main one.
Yeah. It's just so
especially
busy though, isn't it? Like,
It's just it's like 5 cities in a city.
Yeah. We've been recording a lot with Chris Zane in Brixton. So I feel like that's kind of become our home away from home a little bit at the moment.
That's
like we've really
nice.
been enjoying it.
There's
there,
a good
so.
scene around there too.
Yeah, it's just a really cool area. Like,
Yeah.
and we've just started to love it there. Our photographer Ryan's from there as well. So it's like I say, it's our little home away from home at the moment.
That's cute. Well, it's been great chatting to you, and I hope you're having a really good gig tonight.
No worries,
Thanks
thank you
so
very
much.
much.